Welcome to KBM News. We're your hosts, Kylie,
Beth, and Maddie.
and in today's video, we will be covering topics such in the past 9 months, such as pop culture, local sports, local news, politics, a memorial section, business, and weather.
Let's get into it. And with the story that swept America this past September, the Menendez brothers. The 31-year-old case was resurfaced when a Netflix docuseries came out and was all the talks of pop culture. The controversy that arose was dealing with the fact that the Menendez brothers may have been using self-defense against their sexually abusive father. However, the other side of that is that you can't shoot your parents. There was talks of a new trial, but when the California district attorney did not get reelected, the case was closed. Let's see what viewers of the Netflix show think of the situation. Okay. Did you watch Monsters?
I did.
What was your opinion?
I think that they should still be in jail. I don't think that they should have killed their parents, but I definitely think there was another way out of it.
Okay, thank you. Did you watch Monsters?
I did.
What was your opinion?
I feel like they should be out of jail because no one should have to go through abuse like that.
Okay, thank you. Did you watch Monsters?
Yes.
What was your opinion?
They should still be in jail because they committed a crime.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Kylie Braun, and for our local sports section, I have Beth Hughes here, a two-time record-breaking champ. So Beth broke our Lincolnville High School record in shot put. Beth, what was your throw? What was the length?
First it was 36-11, then it was 37-2.
What was your initial reaction when you first broke the record?
I kind of just paused for a second because I thought I heard it wrong, so I didn't celebrate because I didn't want to look stupid. And then once I realized that it was real, then I started crying.
And what was your reaction the second time you broke it?
The second time I was just happy because it was a PR, and I believed that I could do it that time, so it wasn't as shocking. So, yeah.
Later on in our track season, Beth will end up being here on the track and field board of breaking the shot put record for women's shot put.
I'm Kylie Braun, and I'm here with Evan Johns, a state cross country runner. Evan, how did it feel to make it that far in your season?
It feels really good after training for so long and all throughout the summer, and yeah, felt really it was an accomplishment, definitely an accomplishment.
During your race and before your race, what were your nerves like?
I was definitely nervous going into it because it's my senior season. It was my last cross country race ever, and but as soon as the race started, it felt like just any other race.
How did you feel after your race?
It was pretty emotional for myself and the whole team, given it was our last race and it was our last time we were ever going to be at the state course. So it was definitely an emotional time, but would do it again.
Thank you, Evan.
Hi, I'm Maddie Berryman. I will be giving you some background information on the most recent Peony pageant. So, the 50th year of the Van Wert County Peony pageant was held back in March of 2025. And I am here with Ella Davis, our very own Lincoln View High School candidate, and we're going to be talking with her about her experience. So, the first question I have for you is how would you describe your experience with the Peony pageant?
I would say it was a really good experience to meet these other girls that I've never talked to before and just learn about them and get to know them.
Perfect. Another question, how was the atmosphere?
The atmosphere was different. Everyone was really supportive of each other, but also it is a competition, so there's some tension. But everyone was super sweet and super supportive.
What awards did you receive?
I received second runner-up as well as most photogenic.
And lastly, would you change anything?
If I could change something, I'd probably change just my song that I sung. Maybe do a more fun one instead of the somber one I chose.
It was still perfect though. So thank you, Ella. And again, congratulations. We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
On January 1st, 2025, at approximately 8:39 a.m., a parked Tesla Cybertruck exploded just outside of the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas. The Tesla burst into flames, killing one person and injuring people standing nearby. The FBI originally investigated the incident as a terrorist attack, but later ruled that it was suicide. We are here with Isla Hughes, a Las Vegas tourist when the incident occurred, and we have a couple questions for her. The first one being, what was your reaction to the incident?
We were just really surprised at how close we were to the actual incident and the timing, how it lined up, that we were there at the exact same time that it was happening.
Our second question is, what did you think it was at first?
Well, since it happened like before we actually got there and we didn't know the full story, there were some people saying that it was some kind of terrorist attack, so we weren't really sure what was going on.
And our last question is, did this end up affecting your guys' trip?
It didn't really end up affecting us because we spent most of our time in Vegas on the Strip, so we had some distance between us.
Thank you, Isla, for working with our group.
You're so welcome.
I'm Kylie Braun, and this is our memorial section. These past 9 months have been a very memorable, and unfortunately, we will always lose people. And here are some of those great people that we have lost. In the middle of October, we lost One Direction star Liam Payne, who died on October 16th, 2025, at a hotel in Buenos Aires, Argentina, due to falling from a third-story balcony. Some believe that this could have been attempted murder, but we will never know. Nearing the end of 2024, we lost the 39th President of the United States, Jimmy Carter. He died on December 29th, 2024, at his home in Georgia due to old age. He was 100 years old. One of the most recent significant deaths was Pope Francis, who died on April 21st, 2025, in St. Martha House in Vatican City due to a stroke and heart failure. We will always remember these people, and they will be missed.
I'm Maddie Berryman, and for our sports segment, I'll be talking about the most recent Super Bowl. On February 9th, Super Bowl 59 was held in New Orleans. The Eagles and Chiefs faced off in the championship for the title of the 2025 Super Bowl champions. As a result, the Eagles pulled out and won 40-22.
When we think back on all the crazy news stories from this school year, the hurricanes come to mind. Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton devastated parts of the United States and some other countries this past October. Parts of North Carolina were destroyed while floods covered some areas, and Florida suffered as well. Efforts to help hurricane victims happened all over the country. Even Lincoln View's own service club had efforts. Here's Kendall Hoffman to give you more information. I'm here with Kendall Hoffman, Vice President of the Service Club, who helped out during the hurricanes. Kendall, tell me a little bit about what you guys did.
So the service club accepted different donations of items like baby formula, diapers, canned goods, peanut butter, coffee, those type of items.
And how did you guys go about getting the stuff down to Florida?
So we loaded the truck, I think, on a Friday morning, and we drove it over with Mrs. Leith to this house, I think, north of here. And it was just a family-led operation. They kind of just did it together, donated it, and then I think got it through a company. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm Kylie Braun, and for our business section, I have Scott Braun here, who is a small business owner himself. Scott, tell me a little bit about your business and what you do.
Hi, I own and operate Sierra Bravo Tactical. We've been in business for about 8 years. We're a sporting goods company focused on Second Amendment items and the needs of our customers.
How has your business been affected by going from one president to another?
It's a good question, Kylie. We've definitely seen some ups and downs in the last couple of years, specifically with the previous administration. There was an effort to mainly kind of remove some of businesses that were related to the Second Amendment by going after federal firearms licensed dealers and taking forms that we fill out for the government anytime a customer wants to purchase one of these items. And if there was maybe any minor discrepancy in this form, a bad date or a box that didn't get checked accidentally, that would be utilized as a reason to actually take that person's business away by removing their license. We saw that change in the current administration, where they've removed this zero tolerance law that was put into effect by the previous administration as an unconstitutional method of running businesses out of business for minor errors that were of no fault of their own.
Have tariffs affected the amount of items and type of items that you order?
Yeah, tariffs over the last couple months have certainly played an impact in the role of the items that we purchase and the price of them as well. Maybe not so much of the actual amount that was applied for imported goods, but more about buying in advance of potential increase in prices. So things like ammunition or some raw materials certainly have gone up in price in order to get ahead of potential price increases. But we haven't seen a major increase in most of the products that we buy currently now. That things have stabilized with the agreements between most countries where our imported goods come from.
Lastly, have there been any new laws or bills that affect your business?
Yeah, there's definitely a couple new laws that have been introduced. SAGA would be good. A good example of one, the Second Amendment guarantee. That would be a federal law that would prohibit states from prohibiting certain items in each state that are guaranteed by the federal government. So if it's not an issue for a customer or a citizen to have one of these items, the state wouldn't be able to take those rights away either. Hearing Protection Act that was introduced as well, where it would take items called suppressors off of the National Firearms Act and allow individual citizens to purchase those without having to get a special stamp tax that was started way back in the 1930s. So those have been some things that have gone through right now. Hoping to see a couple of those actually get passed.
Perfect. Thank you, Scott.
Thanks for watching KBM News. We were your hosts, Kylie,
Beth.
And Maddie.
See
See you next time.
Wait.
No, we won't.
I'll see you next time.